Before we start, just a quick note. I didn't add subtitles or voiceover to this video because YouTube now does it automatically. You can choose your language from the settings and watch with subtitles or even with voice translation. Alright, let's get into the video. Welcome to English Podcast Academy. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm so happy you're here. You've already done something powerful just by clicking on this video. Learning grammar doesn't have to be hard or boring. Not here, not now. Not with English Podcast Academy. Here's what we're doing in today's lesson. First, I'll teach you how the past continuous tense works, with 6 easy tips. Then, we'll practice together. You'll repeat full sentences out loud with me. And finally, you'll hear a short story that shows this tense in action. So take a breath, get comfortable, and let's begin. Tip 1. Use was or were plus verbing. This is how we form the past continuous tense. We use it to describe an action that was happening at a specific moment in the past. It wasn't finished. It was in progress. It had already started and was still happening at that time. The structure is simple. You use was or were, depending on the subject. Then you add the verb plus ing. That's it. For example, I was reading. That means you were in the middle of reading at that moment in the past. Not before, not after, right then. They were talking. That tells us the conversation was happening. It had started earlier and it wasn't over yet. It was still going on. Now let's look at which subjects go with was and which go with were. We use was with I, he, she, and it. So we say, I was walking to the park. He was cooking dinner. She was writing in her notebook. It was raining all morning. We use were with you, we and they. Like you were listening to music. We were getting ready. They were playing outside. This tense helps you describe the background of a moment. It shows what was happening around a certain time in the past. It gives your story movement and detail. You're not just saying what happened, you're showing what was happening while something else was going on. Once you get used to the pattern, was or were plus verbing, it becomes natural. You'll hear it in conversations, in stories, in everyday English, and soon you'll be using it without even thinking. Tip 2. It describes actions happening at a specific moment in the past. The past continuous is perfect when you want to show what was going on at an exact time. Not before, not after, but right at that moment. For example, at 8 o'clock, I was studying. That tells us exactly what you were doing at that time. You weren't walking, you weren't watching TV, you weren't talking to anyone. You were sitting somewhere, focused, probably with your book open, doing your work. It paints a picture of that moment. Here's another one. At noon, she was having lunch. That means the action was happening right in that window of time. She wasn't finished yet. And she hadn't just started. She was in the middle of it. You can use this tense to answer questions like, what were you doing at this time yesterday? What was happening when I called? What were they doing at 10 o'clock? And every time, the idea is the same. You are showing an action that was in progress, connected to a specific point in the past. It makes your stories clearer, more detailed, and easier to imagine. And when you add the time, even something simple becomes vivid and real. Tip 3. It often shows 2 actions at once, one long, one short. This is one of the most common and useful ways to use the past continuous. You use it when one action was already happening, and then something else suddenly interrupted it. So you have one longer action in progress, and one shorter action that happens quickly. For example, I was cooking when the phone rang. Cooking is the long action. It was already happening. The phone ringing is the short action. It happened suddenly and stopped the flow for a moment. Let's look at it more closely. Imagine you're in the kitchen, stirring something on the stove, listening to music, focused on what you're doing. Then, out of nowhere, the phone rings. That's how these two actions work together. Another example. She was walking to the store when it started to rain. She had already left the house. She was on her way. Then suddenly, the rain began. Walking is the long action. The rain is the short one. Or this one. They were watching a movie when the power went out. They were sitting there, fully into the film. Then, in an instant, everything turned dark. This structure helps you show timing. It helps you explain what was going on and what changed. You can even flip the sentence around and say, "The phone rang while I was cooking." Same idea, same meaning, just a different flow. So whenever you want to talk about a moment that was interrupted, or something that changed suddenly, the past continuous is the perfect tool to help you describe it clearly. One action was already happening, then another one came in and shifted everything. Tip 4. It adds background to a past story. Sometimes you're not just trying to say what happened. You want to show what was going on around that moment. You want to give the listener a fuller image, a feeling of the scene, not just the action. That's where the past continuous comes in. It adds movement, atmosphere, background. It shows what was happening in the middle of a moment, not just what happened once. For example, instead of just saying, "She walked in," you could say, "She walked in while we were eating." Now we're not just imagining her opening the door. We're also seeing people at the table, food on their plates, conversation happening. The moment feels more complete. Or this one, "He arrived while I was cleaning the living room." We're not only told that he arrived, we also know what the speaker was doing when it happened. It adds rhythm and context. It works with anything. The lights went out while we were watching TV. The baby started crying while they were talking. Someone knocked on the door while I was brushing my teeth. Each sentence gives you more than just one action. It gives you a scene, a feeling, a moment in motion. That's why this tense is so powerful in storytelling. It helps your listener step into the past with you, not just through facts, but through moments that feel real and alive. Tip 5. Use it with time expressions like while, when, and at that moment. These little time expressions make a big difference when you're using the past continuous. They help show exactly when something was happening. They give structure to your sentence and help everything feel more clear and connected. Let's start with while. This word is perfect when you want to describe an action that was in progress. For example, I was studying while she was cooking. Both actions were happening at the same time. You were reading your notes. She was standing in the kitchen, both of you doing something separately, but at the same moment. Now let's look at when. This one usually shows that something else interrupted the action. Like, I was sleeping when the alarm went off. The sleeping was already happening. The alarm was the thing that broke the silence. Another one. They were walking home when it started to rain. The walking is the long action. The rain is the quick change. And the word when connects them smoothly. And then there's at that moment. This one makes the timing feel more exact. You're zooming in on a single point in the past. For example, at that moment, I was thinking about leaving. You're not just telling us the action, you're telling us exactly when it was happening. All three of these, while, when, and at that moment, help you show the connection between time and action. They give your sentence depth and clarity. They help your listener see the full picture without needing a long explanation. So when you use the past continuous, think about the timing. Think about what else was going on. And these expressions will help you express that moment with more feeling and detail. Tip 6. The negative form is easy, just add not. Turning a past continuous sentence into the negative is simple. You just add not after was or were, and then continue with the verb +ing. That's it. The structure stays the same, and the meaning becomes clear. For example, she wasn't sleeping. That means she was awake at that moment. She might have been lying down, the lights might have been off, but she wasn't asleep. Or this one, we weren't paying attention. Maybe someone was speaking, maybe something important was happening, but we weren't focused. Our minds were somewhere else. This pattern works with any subject. I wasn't listening. He wasn't studying. They weren't watching. You weren't answering. It wasn't working. The structure never changes. Was or were, then not. Then the verb ending in ing. Now let's look at questions. Forming a question in the past continuous is also simple. You just move was or were to the beginning of the sentence, then add the subject, then the verb plus ing. For example, what were you doing? You ask this when you want to know what someone was doing at a specific moment in the past. Was he working yesterday? You're asking if he was in the middle of working during that time. Were they watching the news? Was she writing something important? What was I thinking? These kinds of questions come up all the time in real life. They help you understand what was going on in someone's day, what they were focused on, or what interrupted something else. So whether you're saying something didn't happen, or you're asking what was going on, the past continuous gives you a natural way to talk about the past, especially the parts that were still in motion. Let's say some sentences together now. Speak them out loud. That's how you grow your English. I was watching TV at 9 o'clock. They were playing outside when it started to rain. She wasn't feeling well. We were talking on the phone. Were you studying last night? He was cooking while I was cleaning. Repeat the last two one more time, period. Were you studying last night? He was cooking while I was cleaning. That's great. You're doing really well. Let's close with a short story in the past continuous tense. It was a rainy evening. Emma was sitting near the window, reading her favorite book. The wind was blowing softly, and the trees were moving in the dark. Her cat was sleeping on her lap. The room was quiet. Everything outside was slow. Suddenly, the lights went out. For a second, the whole house felt frozen. But Emma didn't move. She was still reading, using just the light from her phone. Her eyes stayed on the page. The words were glowing in the small circle of light. At that moment, everything felt still. No voices, no noise, no rush. She wasn't scared. She wasn't worried. She was simply enjoying the quiet. You've just learned the past continuous tense. Clearly, step by step. You spoke it, you heard it, you felt it in a real story, and now it's part of your English. Come back to this lesson anytime, or move forward to the next tense in the playlist, whatever pace feels right for you. I'm Olivia, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.